Wow, what's the best thing I ever did for my kids? I had 4 kids. I was extremely blessed, 2 boys and 2 girls. And by far the best thing I did for my kids was pick their mom. I married so far over my head, you can't even measure it. But within our growing up years, the best thing I did for my kids was laying by my kids at night before they went to bed. That was the only time in my house it was still and calm. I don't know how your house is. My house was a hurricane with 4 kids. But at night, just before my kids would go to bed, I'm purposed. And I was home. I travel a lot speaking, but I was home about 235 days a year. And I purposed that every single night, in fact, the strongest word in parenting may be every, E-V-E-R-Y. But I wrote that down one time, and I committed to the kids that every night I was going to lay by them before they went to bed, and I was going to memorize a little Bible verse with them. And you know what? As the days went by, those little verses became chapters, and the chapters became books. And it was difficult for me because I'm an old football player and a football coach. But getting to memorize a little short Bible verse before they went to bed and praying for the kids before they went to sleep was just immeasurable as a dad, because I realized I had so many inadequacies in my life and I failed a lot as a dad. But you know, God never fails and Jesus never fails. And if I could put His Spirit and His truth into their heart just a little piece at a time at bedtime when they were ready to listen, it was just unbelievable. And then when they went to college, and here was the payoff, I knew that they wouldn't be with me anymore. And I wanted them to have morals in their life, and I wanted them to have somebody that was stronger than the influences of all the other voices that were going to be speaking in their head on the college campus. And I knew that when they walked into that dormitory, and I walked away and drove away, and really never to be that kind of a dad again, that God's Word would be hidden in their heart, and that He would always be there to coach them and to give them answers. One time my daughter Courtney was in junior high, and man, it was tough. She was facing all this peer pressure and all these difficult choices. And I said, Courtney, is it worth the time we spend at night to memorize the Bible verses that we memorize at night? And she said, Daddy, it's worth it. And I said, Courtney, why do you feel that way? And she said, Daddy, in junior high, you have so many decisions to make. And if you have God's Word hidden in your heart, you don't have to go home and look it up. So without a doubt, the best decision, that I ever made with my kids was the commitment to just spend a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes some nights, maybe 15 some nights, or maybe some nights even 30, laying by them one-on-one and taking a little piece of God's Word and hiding it in their heart. And then when I'd walk out of their room to go upstairs, I would turn around, and in the case of my youngest son, Cooper, I'd turn around and I'd say, Cooper, I want you to know I love you, and I'm proud to be your daddy. And that would be the last voice they would hear before he'd go to sleep. That was a treasure.